Get ready for the dictation. Dictation will start in 5 seconds. Start. It is not necessary for me to labor this point much further except to inform the House that these promotions and other appointments inside the armed forces are made with extreme care according to established procedures and is not done in a haphazard way. There have been few complaints about these matters and government is satisfied that these promotions are made with due consideration to all the circumstances mentioned here. The next point of which numerous inquiries are made is in regard to the procurement of equipment. All of us regard that as an objective, that is to say self-sufficiency in regard to the equipment and in regard to various other allied matters, but there again defense equipment cannot be separated from the industrial conditions of the country. Our demand for a particular item is often so small that we cannot set up a factory for the production and make it economical. It would produce ever so much more by its capacity than we can consume under modern conditions of industrial technique. It should not, however, be thought that on account of these difficulties, no attempt is made towards further and further indigenization and more indigenous production. At the present moment, a committee under the chairmanship of the Deputy Defense Minister has been going intensively into this question of how far in our various ordnance factories, in factories under civil production and in other factories connected with the defense industry and by the use of the defense personnel itself, it would be possible to make whole all parts of equipment in this country. Being military equipment, apart from giving a general idea, neither the category nor the numbers of them may be published, but this is a matter that is receiving the continuous attention of the Defense Ministry and in all its branches, and we hope that in the 12 months ahead we will be able to make considerable progress. I hope the House will accept this statement and the efforts that we are making as a planned effort in the direction of self-sufficiency. There has been some criticism in regard to the cantonments, and I would like to refer to this because more than once this point has been raised. In this matter, Mr. Deputy Chairman, there is some misunderstanding about the position of these containments. Some members appeared to look upon them as a relic of British rule. In any army like ours, these cantonments are essential. They are really military estates. Originally, they were so started because the army had to kept isolated from the pupil perhaps under the conditions which would keep them fit for the purpose. Full stop.